Hey guys, I am going to do a makeup tutorial. Ha! I took a poll on my Instagram last weekend, I think, asking if you guys would want to see this, and I got a lot of responses. I look really red right now. That's fine. And then you're gonna have to deal with this because this is the only place that I set it and the lighting is atrocious. Without further ado, let's try and do this and not fuck it up. So I'm just gonna try and explain step by step what I do in my makeup routine. I am by no means a certified makeup guru person. I'm doing this for fun, so we're just gonna see how that goes. First thing that I need is a hair clip because I've got a mane. Perfect. Once you look like a bald eagle, it's time to prime. That rhymes. We're gonna take this the what? What? Rewind 45 steps back. Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And I'm just gonna spray this all over my face. So I just take a card and I just kind of fan myself. So once that's dry, I just kind of pat in all my excess oil because girl, I'm like an oil slick. So we gotta get rid of that greasiness. Then I take the Professionals by Benefit and I do my T-zone, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And I find this helps mattify too, which I need. Also, I just put it on my eyes because I have naturally greasy eyelids, so that's fun. So then I go in with my foundation, which I do a mixture, so you can easily just do one of these, you do not need to follow my exact steps. I actually recently just got this and I really like it. It's the Superstay Better Skin Transforming Foundation from Maybelline, and I'm in porcelain. Literally won't even show up on the camera because it's so pale. Put it near the light, where to go? And then I take, I take Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I take 3 pumps of that. And then 2 pumps of the Giorgio because I don't like to waste this. It's too expensive. So then I just take my finger, kind of mix it, and then swipe. We're just gonna go for it, you feel me? So this is gonna be the looking really patchy and unblended part because this brush is not meant to blend in, you know? So I just take this and spread it around my face. Blend down that neck because that's important. I take my beauty blender now and soak up the excess. I just use the Real Techniques one. I have not gotten the actual beauty blender yet. Don't want to spend $20 on it. So next I'm gonna go in with my concealer, which I just use Maybelline. I use a lot of Maybelline face products. So I'm in the shade 15 Fair Claire because I'm really pale. I don't take very much because I find that an overuse of concealer looks cakey and I already have full coverage foundation on, so it's just really unnecessary. Now I'm gonna take my beauty sponge and just buff it in. So now I'm gonna take, oh, it's right here, my loose finishing powder, and it's in Fair Claire again. It's the Fit Me Maybelline loose finishing powder. That's pretty much it. That's the dealio. I'm gonna take this brush. By the way, I get all my brushes off of wish.com, and you have to pick and choose and make sure what you're getting is legit. You can tell by the pictures, but I get all my brushes off of Wish and it's really, really cheap. So I just fluff this around my face, kind of like a pressed powder. I don't really like using setting powder that much, doing the baking thing, because I find that it attaches to my dry skin too much, so that's why I just stay clear of it. Okay, so I'm done with the loose powder. Now I go in with the Fit Me pressed powder, and I take a denser brush. The bristles are a little more densely packed, and there's more of them, so actually I'm not quite sure about that, don't quote me. I'm just gonna take that. I find that almost sets the setting powder, the loose powder almost, and it makes it look less cakey, at least personally. I don't know if that's gonna work for you guys, just so you know. Everybody's skin type is different, I'm aware. Not have to follow what I do step by step, kind of incorporate your own personal touches, you know? Now that we are drier than the Sahara Desert, as most beauty gurus say, I'm gonna do some very light contouring. I'm not much of a contour person, I don't know. I've tried it. It ends up going muddy and I don't like the look of that. I don't think anyone does. I'm just gonna take the Cocoa Contour. My best friend got me this because I asked for it and now I use it like all the time. I'm just gonna take the medium cocoa shade. It's more cool tone, that's why I use it for like contour. And I'm just gonna take this angled brush and just start like buffing that in. And I never like swipe, like very rarely, but I'm usually one to just like pat it in because I find like if I swipe it moves the other powders that I haven't like set yet, so I don't want that. And then if I do end up like sweeping like I just did, I do it like really lightly. I'm not really one to go ham on like the contour, but I will add a little bit of bronze. So I take like a warmer shade and I just lightly tap it because it's gonna show up like hella on my skin, and I just kind of like lightly go over to warm it up a little bit. Oh, I gotta do my jawline because I have like 25 chins. What I do to like get question mark to subtract 24 chins, so we have 1. I just pop out my jawline, you know. I don't really have one, let's not comment on that. And then I just go in like the little divot that's like right here, so I'm gonna do that. BRB. Now we're done with like all the face like powders. I'm gonna set my face real quick, kind of just to melt them all together. And I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter, even though I'm taking this off soon. I don't even know when, probably like after this video. I don't know why I'm spooling my brows, I'm not even doing them yet. Also something that I forgot to mention, so my next step is highlighting. And I just got this from Ulta. I got the High Beam from Benefit, and it's like a liquid. And I made the mistake, I think it was yesterday, just how I set my face, like it makes my face wet, you know? And I made the mistake of like not letting it fully dry. And I put on the High Beam and it literally like moved around 10 powders, so that's fun. Be sure to like fully let the setting spray dry, you know, before you put any liquid or anything on your face. I'm like kind of nervous about this, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up again. I'm just gonna take some High Beam and just kind of dot it right here. Kind of like a Coachella look, you know? Even though I've never been to Coachella. So then I just take my beauty blender and I lightly tap on it because I don't want to move around powders. So I love highlighting. You will see in a second, trust me. I take 3 highlighters. I recently just got a new Becca highlighter. I got Moonstone. So I have Moonstone, Champagne Pop. I don't know which one is which. It's okay. I use Tarte's Pro Glow To Go, and I use like the top shade. You can see how much it's like been used like around the pan. Oopsie. I'm just gonna take like a really large fluffy fan brush and just go ham. I look like I'm strobing, in all honesty. I am strobing. What am I saying? I find that once you do your foundation and you put on Vaseline, it helps like take the foundation off your lips, which I really like. And then something else I'm gonna take really quick is this like excuse me, lip injections from Too Faced, which is pretty much like a lip plumper, and I like using this. It's kind of acts as like a lipstick because it makes your lips pink, obviously. Next, I move on to brows. For this video, I'm gonna do my red brows. I use a couple colors, like both from Morphe. Do you see the one that's like the only one that's hit pan? That's my brow color. I use this one, and then I'll show you the other one that I use. Sorry, I keep on burping. I ate a salad. This is I'm trying to find like a new brow shade because I'm running out of that one, clearly. I take this like one that my nail's like vaguely pointing to. You can tell which one I'm talking about because it's like the only one that's like slightly darker red in this whole line of colors. I'm gonna take the one that is in this palette though for this video. I take this tiny little brush that I actually got from a Maybelline eyebrow kit and I've been using like ever since. Just gonna brush through my brows to make sure they're in like the position I want them to be when I fill them into filth. Do you see how red my lips are? This is what I'm talking about. You don't even really need lipstick when you use that shit. Like, it's intense. Start kind of at the front if you can't like already see that. Like I'm literally just pointing out the obvious. I go in like a really light hand and then just like, I first fill in my shape and then I start overlining, because I find that you can always go thicker, but you can't easily go thinner with a red brow. There's like my natural shape, believe it or not. Like my eyebrows are so light, I know it's like hard to believe. Then what I do is I go in on the top again and I add more of an arch. I save the filling in part until I get my like the shape that I want. So I line first and then I'll fill in the rest. Now I'm gonna fill in, and I like do an up and down motion to really like get in the spaces between the hairs and like make sure that it's like blended well. And then, okay, so this is the part that I'm gonna try and explain, but it's probably not gonna come out right. For the fade, so since I have the product like already on my brush and like I've already gone through all of this, I don't get any more product and I lightly just brush like up here, like with little strokes, and then I'll kind of go sideways and lightly fade here. And then something that really enhances the fade is if you like darken the bottom, so that I do take a little bit more product for, and you just like enhance the line like down here. And then yeah, so that's like the unclean version of like my brow. So I'm just gonna quickly do the other one off camera and then I'll skip to the part where I'm cleaning them up. So hang on. Now I'm gonna take a tiny little brush. I also got this off of Wish. And it's like a detail brush. If you can kind of like see the size of that. I feel like such a makeup guru. Like, can you see it? And I take my concealer. That's not my concealer. So I just take my concealer, put a little bit there. I'll take some on my brush. This is the part that I like because it makes them look so clean and satisfying. So I just like clean them up on the bottom, make my end tail like more sharp, I guess. And then I go in and define the arch up here. So I'll be right back. I'll show you the, I can't talk while doing this or else I'm gonna fuck it up. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this isn't my best brow, but I think this is like as good as it's gonna get. I don't know. I'm just gonna quickly clean them up, blend it out and everything, and I'll be right back. Okay, so they're not necessarily even, but like sisters, not twins. I'm gonna move on to eyeshadow. I'm gonna take my Urban Decay primer and just swipe some on. And then take my beauty blender and just blend it out. I'm gonna do like a royal purple kind of look, and for that I have like some really nice purples in my Tarteist palette that are like kind of like more plummy shade, I guess. I think for my lid, I recently just got this, but the Stila, I think this is Kitten Karma, and I'm just gonna, I think, put that on my lid. So yeah, I'll try and talk you guys through the steps that I use to do my eyeshadow, because I know I get a lot of like questions about that. I'm gonna take this like fluffy brush so you guys can see like the palette that I'm, oh, do you see? Move it away. Right here. I'm gonna take a cream shade just for like all over the lid. So the one that's like up here. Am I stressing anyone out by holding it like this? I'm stressing myself out. So I'm gonna take this one and then I'm just gonna pack that on and kind of sweep it, not too much. So yeah, that's kind of like our base color. Now I'm gonna take my fluffy brush and I'm gonna start, since we're doing like a purple, or look at my highlight. I'm gonna take Indie, which is like a cooler tone brown shade, and lightly tap into it. Sweep that around my crease. So not like in it or on my lid or anything, just kind of like a halo effect, you know? Since this is gonna be like a cooler tone look, you wanna stay away from like warm tone browns and like tans and all of that. Like you kinda wanna stick to like the grayer toned browns for your base. Just really make sure you blend it out. Fluffy brushes will help a lot. So then after I've got those two colors on, I'm gonna go in, I think with Profesh right here, and kind of deepen the outer corner a little bit. Blend it into the other colors. So then my other color I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna start like really adding the purples now. So I'm gonna go in with No Filter, which is this color. Ugh. This is hard. Kind of lighter purple looking one. It looks really pink on camera, but I promise it's not. Add that on the outer corner and then start blending that up and buffing it into the rest of the colors. Now I'm gonna go in with Drama and really start adding like the darker colors. So Drama's right here. So I'm gonna add that now and really start like deepening up the crease. So then I'm gonna go in with Vamp, which is a very cool tone purple. This is Vamp right here. This is like a dark brown up here. But this is like definitely like cool tone midnight purple. I'm gonna take that and really focus it like right on the outer corner. So I'm gonna take Indie again, which we used at the beginning. Vintage, which is like a cooler tone white or beige. And then I'm gonna take Chic. So actually the first three colors right here. So now I'm gonna take Punk. This is probably the darkest shade that I'm going to use for this look, which is the last color right here. So I'm gonna focus that again like on the outer corner, like right here. So now comes the fun part. So I'm gonna take the Stila now, the Kitten Karma, and we are going to do a cut crease. This is extremely sparkly too, by the way. Like, ugh, you gotta have like heavy duty makeup remover to like clean this up, by the way. We're gonna begin the cut crease, accentuate the crease that we don't have, create like a half circle kind of ordeal. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Look at her. So now I'll be back. I'm just gonna dry this with my card, my handy dandy card. Okay, I think we're good now. I actually take like a shimmery shadow and set it all. So I'm gonna take Glam in this palette. It's this shade where I'm pointing kind of. And I'm just gonna like set that all in place. We're gonna take some MAC Fix Plus, like every makeup guru does. I'm not new. Wet my brush, and then take that shade and just set. So do you see like how intensifying that is? So now we're gonna just blend it more, and I'm gonna take like the other end of this brush, add color like right here. And I'm taking Drama, by the way, to like deepen this. And I'm patting it because I don't want the glitter to move. So I'm gonna take like the same shade that we used to set the glitter and just put that on my brow bone real quick. And then my inner corner. So now I'm gonna add shadow to my under eye. I'm gonna take this Morphe brush. I sound like every makeup guru ever. I'm gonna take Vamp. So I showed this earlier, but it's like the dark purple-ish shade. And go under my eyes. Transition that out with Indie, and I use that for my upper lid transition shade. If you want to see that shade again, I don't feel like showing it, but you can just like go back in the video. I'm lazy. Now I'm gonna add some white eyeliner just to my waterline. Time to add lashes. So I'm gonna take my Scarlet lashes and I'm gonna just quickly apply these, and I will be right back, okay? Excuse me? Hello. I'm gonna quickly do, while I'm waiting for the other lash, this one right here, to completely dry down so I can manipulate it a little bit. I'm gonna put on Androgyny by Jeffree Star. Okay, so that's Androgyny. And I don't really overline my lips. I got some on my teeth, fuck. I'm not much of like an overliner. I don't really know how to do that very well. Oh, I gotta add bottom mascara. Okay, so now we're actually done. I'm just gonna set my face real quick. I look like a different human being. Now I gotta take out my hair clip, finally. This is the finished look. You can kind of, I'm just gonna bring this closer real quick. I just hope in all this, maybe you guys learned like one thing, I don't know. I love you guys, thank you for watching and for the overwhelming responses on my story to do this. So this is because of you guys. I love you, and I may be doing more of these in the future, so stay tuned. All right, bye guys, love ya.